This is Joe, the host of He Said, She Said, and I got one question. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing to where we are failing in relationships? I want your thoughts on this as I'm talking through this. Are we feeling as though it's okay for us to continually do the same things over and over again, expecting different results? Like the divorce rate is not going down; it's continually at about 50%, right? So, in order for us to change that, we have to change the way we approach relationships, right? So, at what point are we going to do that? Or are we going to continually do the same things? Are we going to continually open up to our coworkers about our relationships and let so many cracks into our relationships that we're eventually getting with them, and now we're in extramarital affairs, and now we are in a mess, and now we have child support, now we have alimony to pay, now we have divorces happening? At what level do we stop doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results? At what point are we holding ourselves accountable for the choices that we made in these relationships? I think that this starts there. We're talking about the choice after we made the pick, but we never question why we picked what we picked. Why are we with the people that we're with right now? Are they conducive to us accomplishing the calling of God on our lives? Do we even know what the call of God is on our lives? Do we know why we're here? Do we know what our purpose is? Do we know what our gifts are, what our talents are, how we complement one another once we enter into a relationship? These are questions that need answers. And I'm not just picking with anyone. I'm not trying to point my finger like, look, listen, these were questions I had to ask myself before I entered into a relationship. God, am I okay to be with somebody right now? Or am I still feeling some type of way with one of my exes? They did me wrong, so guess what? Every time I see a woman, I see my ex in that woman. Was there a unforgiveness that I'm harboring from a relative in my family? And now I'm looking at the entire gender the same way. Like, you know what? It looks like they're doing what I've seen before. And now I'm damaged from that. But yet I'm feeling like the healing is in just getting with somebody else. And I'm putting the burden on them to heal me when the burden should be on me to get myself healed by God. There's a big difference in that. And family, we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to keep it 100. We got to keep it real. We have to keep it real with ourselves when we know we're not ready to enter into a relationship with somebody else. It's okay to be alone. Our society says there's something wrong with us if we're a certain age and we're alone. I know there's some people out there that feel as though my biological time clock is ticking. I need to have children by 35 or else I won't have children. You ever hear about Sarah and Abraham? How old was Sarah when she was pregnant, when she had Isaac? The woman was almost 100 years old. She was 90. So there's hope. Just because your timeline is a certain timeline doesn't mean that God's still not going to bless you with what He's promised you. Never forget His promises that He has for you, because it's easy for you to forget it because we have our own agenda. But sometimes our agenda isn't His. So His is going to prevail anyway. And us kicking and screaming and crying about it is not going to speed it up. So we need to make the preparations now, before we receive what we've been asking for now. So that way when it's looking at us in the face, we're ready for it. We prepared for it. We put in the work to change ourselves, to upgrade ourselves, to be the best version of us, to receive it. But again, it goes back to my question at the beginning. What are we doing? Are we continually just sitting around waiting for it to happen, having a pity party that is not, getting in groups to say, hey, we're against the opposite sex. There's no good men, there's no good women. That's baloney. And that's what the devil wants you to believe. There are no good people, so that's why I'm alone. And the best time for him to get you, for him to really get you in a funk, to twist you up in your past and get you in these cycles that you're in, is when you're alone. And so when you're craving being alone, I just want to be alone, knowing that that's not true. You know you want someone. But the question becomes, are you working on yourself to be the best version of you, to have someone that's worth having? It's time to look in the mirror tonight before you go to sleep, or if you're seeing this when you wake up in the morning, let's look in the mirror just like we do in the morning. And if we don't like what we see, let's take that long, hard look at ourselves and make the commitment to change ourselves, to upgrade ourselves, to reboot ourselves. Sometimes we need a reboot. It's like a computer that's been on. We've been on too long. We've been in this cycle too long. Let's stop it. We can stop it and then restart it. Okay, all right. So now I'm committing to the new me tonight. So what does that look like? What changes can I make to be the best version of me? Ask yourself these questions. And if you don't like the answers, it's okay. But don't go around continually doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Einstein says that is the definition of insanity, and none of us are insane. We're unique, we're wonderfully made in God's image, and He loves you, and He wants the best for you. So with us knowing that, let's prepare like we want the best, so that way we can receive the best. Is anybody with me? Okay, let's do it.